Hey, Michelle. Okay, I'm finally getting around to doing this. Don't mind the casual attire. I am actually at my job currently, and I am about to shuffle. I like to shuffle online because I've seen some readers on YouTube where they'll already, and I know they do it as a time saver, but they do it and it's already it's already laid out, and it's kind of like, I like to do it so people can see. I'm going to start out with the Celtic Cross, and then I do have any kind of clarifying cards, and I also, at the end, want to do an oracle. I have a new deck called the Awake Deck, Inner Wisdom cards. I think that you'd appreciate it, and so I'm just going to shuffle a couple more times. I know you just had a birthday, a month ago, because I always remember people by their signs, even though I remembered your name, obviously, because you've had a couple readings with me, so cards are flying all over the place. So, all right, one more shuffle, and I'm going to cut the deck in half. Here we go. I'm going to lay these cards out, and then I'll hold them up to the camera so you can see, and we'll go from there. Okay. Leave those turned over until we're ready. Okay, so in the current situation, I show we have these nails make it impossible. The Ten of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so the Ten of Pentacles is it's still a really happy card. It's very practical. So there is a lot of abundance. There's a lot of love, but there's some upset in the home. It could be, like, I know this is kind of how your kids play into this. They might be, leaving, going off to college. You might be feeling that empty nest syndrome, or even if they're still with you, there is kind of a nostalgia here for, how things were, but not only that, just physically things are changing in your household. Okay. So not just emotionally that you're kind of like, things are changing in my household, but also physically things are changing in your household. Like you might have moving in, moving out. They might not be around as much. They're doing their own thing or whatever. So there is this kind of upset, or it's like you have a happy home and abundance and all that stuff, but you feel like something's missing, or it's not as it used to be. So it's still a good card. And then what is crossing it is the Nine of Cups reversed. So again, yes, it's like you have a lot of love and abundance, but you're missing something. You're missing that 10th cup, which we already know that. So this is not surprising that this is coming up. Nine of Cups, still a good card, but it's kind of like, where is my abundance? It's like I have abundance and love, but there's something missing because you have 9, and that's good, but there's something missing, which would be the 10th. So that's the current situation. What's currently on your mind is we have the Emperor reversed. So, you want to try to manifest your Emperor. You want to try to manifest your significant other. It's heavily on your mind, but it's reversed. So it kind of, I don't know, the Emperor reverse kind of says to me that like it's, what's the word I'm looking for? There's a little bit of control there. So a little bit of the control has to be given up. It's about rigidity and, not being flexible. So this Emperor could basically mean like if you're pretty set, if you have this type, if you had like a catalog you can order a man from, you have to be flexible. There might be a couple things, so I don't know if you're in the dating pool or what, but this card is kind of saying to be a little bit more flexible. It is a major arcana, so it's probably something that's not the easiest for you to do. It's like, I understand there's certain things that aren't negotiable, but this is kind of talking about being inflexible. And this is in your head space. So this is kind of like your heart might be open to it, but then your head comes along and says, no, 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 no. So it can be just about inflexible thinking, and it can be kind of like being really harsh on yourself when it comes to finding a mate, but also on when you do go on dates, like just, okay, if he holds his fork wrong, it's like, okay, no, there could be little things that you have to be a little bit more flexible with. In your recent past, yeah, I love it. You have the Six of Cups. Excuse me. So the Six of Cups is literally about your children, okay? And it's a great card, it's, childhood card, nostalgia. It's in the past, and again, it's reversed. So it's like, okay, I've done my job, I've raised my children. I'm obviously still a big part of your life, but it's like, now what? Now I'm ready to move on, and this is in the past. So it's like, yes, 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 I've raised my children. These cute little bunnies. It's like, I've done the best that I could. You've done a fabulous job, but now it's kind of like, okay, you're leaving that in the past. It's like, now what? Now what's going on? In the near future, you have the Three of Wands reversed. So I'm not surprised you're getting this card, because the Three of Wands is all about timing, and though, good things come to those who wait, sort of a card, and it's reversed. It's a card of Aries, fellow fire sign. So it's reversed. So it's kind of saying, like, I've been so patient. And this card is kind of just still saying that, still remain patient. Unfortunately, there should be some action soon, but you're kind of in this mode here where you're still in a holding pattern. And universe is saying you got to be patient, which I know you have been, because you pretty much had the same reading every time. So the foundation for the spread here is the Four of Pentacles upright. Now, the Four of Pentacles is a very guarded energy. It's about maintaining your house. It's about maintaining, just being really guarded. Like, maybe it is the fact that you have a hard time opening up. I mean, you might have met somebody that you like in the past, but it was, you're very guarded. So even if you do meet somebody, you might not be just like open. It's going to take a while. So that might be why you're in this holding pattern as well. Because this is saying, I'm very protective of myself, my family, my home, everything. So this is a very protective energy that, I'm not saying it's good or bad, but I think that's what's lending a lot of this inflexible thinking too. So moving on to the other side. Oh, good. We do have some major arcana here. So, okay, got some good ones. All right. So how you feel in the situation is the Death card reversed. You're really not doing well with change here. The Death card is about change. It's about, allowing change to happen. And this Death card reversed is suggesting that it's like you're not allowing it to happen. Or that you're resistant to the change. It's like you want it, but then it's like when it happens, you're just not sure. And that's like kind of the whole energy of this. It's like you say maybe in your heart you're ready, but in your head, your head is like, no, not ready yet. So again, it goes back to the inflexible thinking, being very guarded. Okay, so that's how and this is a major arcana. So this is going to be something you definitely need to work on, is being, more flexible and open. But not only that, also be ready for some change, because you have a lot of change coming, and it's not just in the love life arena. It's just in life in general with this Ten of Pentacles reversed and the Nine of Cups. You might be experiencing that empty nester feeling. External influence is the Strength card reversed. So the Strength card is the card of Leo, and it kind of talks about how, this is coming up in your external influences. So it's like, I think a lot of people are relying on you to be strong, and they look to you for strength. And, at this time, it's definitely a challenge. It's a challenge for you. It's a challenge for your family. It's like you definitely can do it, but it's a lot of challenging. If there's a lot of change and stuff going on in your life right now with your children, that I'm not surprised the Strength card is reversed, because it's really calling to test your strength and your patience and your resolve and your finances, and everything is so really externally, a lot of external influences are checking your strength. I still like that it's showing up in your reading, but it's like, it's still there. So, okay. And so in your hopes and fears, we have the Seven of Pentacles reversed. And so it's coming up as a fear. It's like all this work I've put in. It's like, I want to reap what I've sowed. I've put so much work into my house, my kids, myself, my job, everybody else. And your fear is that it's never going to come to fruition for you. And again, we're talking more about love, but you put so much work in, and you just fear like, was it enough? And it's absolutely enough. But this is a fear that's coming up in your hopes and fears. Have you done enough? Yes, but it's a fear. It's like you feel like, oh my gosh, have I done enough? But I love it. The outcome is the Lovers. Okay, so the Lovers is about making good choices. It can be, I'm going to take a couple clarifiers, especially for the outcome. It can be about new love coming in, but it's also about the decisions and choices you made up to this point. It's about being a good catch. And it's about that you have made good choices up to here. And maybe for a reason you're guarded. Maybe for a reason you've been inflexible and picky and, holding out for that 10th cup of love. And in the outcome, it's going to pay you well to make that choice. This is the card of Gemini. So it's possible that the new romantic interest could be an air sign, or could be that Gemini season, June, is possibly a really good time for you to think about a new relationship. I'm going to take a couple of clarifiers for that Lovers card. I mean, it's a wonderful card, but I just need a little bit of clarifier on it because it's a wonderful card, and it's like, okay, because you have a lot of challenges here, resisting change and flexible thinking, being guarded. I'm kind of focusing on your home life and your children more than maybe looking for romance. And now I think maybe you're, at the end of the day, that's what you're, hoping to achieve here. All right, come on, universe, give me one. Give me a card. Give me a card. Let's clarify this. For Michelle, nice. Okay, yeah, so we have the Temperance card. And it came out reversed. But anyways, this is the card of Sagittarius. The Temperance is the Sagittarius card. So a couple different things. It's about temperance, which is patience. To me, it's she's usually holding the Two of Cups, so it's about calling in and manifesting your soulmate as well. And at this time, it's reversed. So you're either, like I said, resistant to change. You think I feel like your heart is ready, but your head's not ready. And this Temperance card is just solidifying this. It's like, yes, this is my ultimate goal, is to find this soulmate energy. And this is saying you can do that, but the time has to be right. So you have a couple of cards about divine timing. So it's out there, but it's, the Temperance is you reversed. So it's basically saying that, like, I don't know, I want it, but you want it, but there's something holding you back. So when it's reversed, yeah, it's about impatient, incubation process, which is, I feel like, what you're in right now. So I feel like this is kind of this reading is a little bit better. It's moving forward. But again, I just feel like your heart and your head are in two different places is what I feel like. Oh, nice. My selenite tower. This gorgeous piece of, look at that. It was in one of my decks. It came with this particular deck. And I think you'll like it. This is the Awake Inner Wisdom cards. So, again, you showing up in your own spread, Temperance, reversed. Kind of like, okay, I want to call on my soulmate, but you have to be on the same page with yourself. Because you might feel like, I'm ready in my heart, but the head is like, you're not ready yet. So you have to get those in sync. Okay, so we have sacred connection. Right. And that's what you want. That's what you're waiting for. So that's probably why you're inflexible, because you do want a sacred connection. I got to find this. Here we go. Okay. Know that you are loved, unconditional, true, sacred bonds unite. You are absolutely unconditionally loved. Human bonds are connected by soul bonds. When you need a hug, reach out to a special soul who resonates with you deeply. Looking into the eyes of a person or animal will illuminate the connection between you and open your hearts to allow the souls to talk through the vessels. Grace and patience are at the core of the intrinsic connection. Remember, too, the ancestors of your human lineage, for their essences carry on the vibration of love and guide you along through your processes. And also, when I first read this, sacred, and if you look at this, it's a mother elephant with a baby elephant. So you have a very strong emotional sacred connection with your children. So that was the first thing that came to mind. But it's also, you want to hold out for somebody who is worth that bond too. So I do like, okay, so we got one more. I knew there was one more in here. Unseen. I had a feeling this was going to come out. I don't know why, but I did. So unseen. Let's see. Because I actually, that was the page I opened up to first, and I was thinking, okay, now I got to find it. Now I'm not going to be able to find it. I seriously, when I did this a couple of minutes ago, when I found the the Sacred Connection, the Unseen wanted to. No, I can't find it. No worries, it's here. It's here. Unseen. Micro macro lens. To play our roles in the dream, we are the unseen. Even the protists have a place. We are made of unseen parts and we interact with non-particles. Oh, no, nanoparticles daily. Our very existence is dependent upon the tiny ones playing out roles in the microcosm. It is a nice expansion practice to take note of the things that often go overlooked and are underappreciated. Have you looked at life through a different lens lately? Which is basically this death card reversed, to look at things differently. And, like this temperance card too, come into your own here. Match up your heart and your head, right? But also don't be resistant to change, and try to maybe change your perspective a little bit. I hope this helps, and I will upload this to you now. Thanks, Michelle.